Fall is my favorite season, right? I don't live in the state of California anymore anyway. I lived there for 2 years or 3 years as a sailor. I won't say it's the full three from 2002 to 2005. Um, you know, the falls I get now I didn't get, but that's not what this conversation's about. This is the season that puts you in the mood, and this is usually the season of change, the falling of leaves. There's such a symbology with fall that can't be ignored in the United States, and college is no exception. So let's get to the article. I have to confess that I was skeptical about this. I never thought I'd see today that at least a state would ban that. See, the reason I'm concerned with this is because the states of Oregon and Washington, of course, I live in the latter, usually follow behind California. So it's interesting to see what direction this is gonna go. Here's the thing that's being missed on a lot of people. I'm not saying that there ever should have been legacy admissions. Legacy is about bloodline and preservations. Here's what I'm going to say though. A legacy, unlike standard students on scholarships, legacies can write that check and pay the school right away. And I'm not saying that that's the reason they should get in, because you can come from legacy and still not be smart. Okay? That goes without saying. I just never thought I'd see the day that a state would do this. I guess I have probably two questions. Number one, because Gavin Newsom is saying students should get in on merit and talent. Do you think that we live in a meritocracy? I guess that's my first question. I'm pondering my second one because I'm trying to see how I can approach this. So the first one again, he said that people should get in on merit. But is there a meritocracy? Number two, the one that I know is going to tick people off. Depending on the field that you go into, is college even important anymore? And I say this as a person who got up to a master's degree. Because now I'm hearing that very few schools are starting to bring back technical programs for people who don't desire to go in debt for years to go to college. Don't get me wrong, I would prefer my dentist to go to dental school, my surgeon to have spent all those years in residency, my nurse to have gone to nursing school and gone through clinicals. I find it real convenient that we're going to abolish legacies now when college is losing its relevance. Because let's be frank, I can understand with the poor students how legacy was nothing more than a networking tool for the wealthy and elite to send their children, mostly boys, for many decades to school to network. So they can each know each other, work in the business world together, marry into the right families. We know what some of these schools were that back in the day. It's not that you didn't learn things. It's just that it was one big networking ploy, and it still is to a degree. Does anybody else see the correlation between this California law and the fact that increasingly universities and a lot of community colleges are closing in large rates in the United States? I'm not saying this is not relevant. Hats off to you if you're going to get careers. Everybody, we should be able to do what we want. Okay, go get a degree in something that's not relevant and see how fast you're going to make money. And to piggyback off legacy, okay, not to piggyback off them. Let me take that back because that's wrong. My personal opinion, we don't live in this meritocracy he's talking about, okay? Because banning legacy admissions don't ban high tuition. You still got to compete with international students of different backgrounds who can pay more than you. And congratulations, your merit got you in, but you can't pay for it. Know how many people get out of college and go into these work centers and try to get a job, but no matter how good and how meritorious your work is, they hire the biggest idiot on the planet. I won't say what happened in a recent situation that might be me or something else, but I witnessed this firsthand lately. And it just confirmed to me that there is no meritocracy. What's to stop these jobs in at-will employee states from still using the "it's more of who you know than what you know"? So you'll go get these degrees, still can't move up, and will try to sue these companies. And guess what? Meritocracy is not a suing point. It has to be about race, about gender, about disability. There are strict guidelines as to how you can sue. Meritocracy is not a guideline, so you can still go get these degrees and they can still find a way to stymie you. I'm not trying to be negative here, okay? For the most part, you can come from legacy and not have earned your way through school and had things handed to you all your life. I don't think it's a crime to come from wealth, but I think it is wrong to be able to use your wealth to obtain something that you did not work for. I agree with you on that. I also agree on obtaining a certain amount of status for yourself as a result of certain degrees. But don't think because meritocracy is going to exist in your universities that it's going to exist in real life. Not with at-will employment. Again, people who listen to my channel probably know of somebody they work with that was a real hard-working person. Did it do anything for them? No. Because people already know who they want to put in certain positions. That's why I stay quiet having the last few years on jobs I worked, because what difference does it make if I bust my butt and I'm not popular? That social popular element, no matter how good you are, even if you're popular and meritorious, it's not going to stop someone from picking someone else over you. I know this is a weird rant. I use the fall footage is because this is going to start in fall 2025. The state is given that long for this to comply. I'll be monitoring this though. But answer my two questions. Do you think we live in a meritocracy? I would like to say we don't. Number two, is it safe? Because I'm going to reframe this question. Is it a safe bet at this point to push college on kids of any race or gender? Or should we start reevaluating what education is past the K to 12 pipeline on a case-by-case basis? Tell me what y'all think.